This is the best deck for Arena 4, Pekka's Playhouse, and today I'm gonna teach you guys how to get through Pekka's Playhouse, Arena 4, and Clash Royale with ease. And we're gonna do it together. This is the best deck for Arena 4, Pekka's Playhouse in Clash Royale at the beginning. Yes, this deck, I know it sounds crazy, but this deck actually gets better when the further on you get in Arena 4. You start unlocking a couple of cards, and two of those cards are very, very key. Will be added to this deck in the future. But as of right now, I want to talk a little bit about this deck. I want to talk about a little bit how to play this deck, because this deck is very, very simple when it gets down to it. The simplicity of this deck is almost what makes it great. And why this deck is so great is, wow, I think we might have already won before I even explained why this deck's so good. Simply looking at this deck, it has two main win conditions. A win condition is a card in your deck that sole purpose is to take your opponent's tower. So in this deck, we have the Giant and we have the Goblin Barrel, and that's usually what you're going to deal the most damage with. There's also a couple of combos with this deck that I really like. This is one, the Baby Dragon and the Goblin Barrel is really, really good. You got to deal with the Baby Dragon, and you got to deal with the Goblin Gang, and sometimes they can't deal with either, and you just take an easy tower that way. Another combo that I really like is also the Giant and the Mini Pekka. It's a very simple combo, and especially if your opponent tries to defend the Mini Pekka with Skeleton Army or Goblins or Swarm. It's very, very simple, yet very, very effective, and I think that's the majority of the ways I take people's tower, I guess, in Pekka's Playhouse. It's not too hard in Pekka's Playhouse, just because the players they play very aggressive here. So as long as you play patient, play defensive, and this is probably my favorite thing to do with this deck. The favorite way to win with this deck is all you do is Giant at the back. Giant at the back and build a big push. Because right here, left side, we're going to take a little bit of damage, but that's fine. Let's go with the Baby Dragon supporting this push on the right side. If he goes in on the left side, our next card is the Goblin Cage, so we should be fine. Or we can just go Skeleton Army here. Skeleton Army deals with the Knight. Still going to have to deal with this. Let's go with the Baby Dragon. Let's go with the Mini Pekka, and this is what we can do. Baby Dragon's going to be able to help out with this entire Skarmy. Let's go with also the Goblin Barrel. Let's go with the Musketeer, and that's what? 4 of our cards. We almost had 5 of our cards on the field at one point. And it just overwhelms your opponent. Your opponent cannot deal with all these answers, all these things, all these units that you have, and you pretty much just win the game that way. So yeah, this is basically how you play with this deck. One thing that I have done with this deck a couple of times now is I've changed the Giants for the Valkyrie. I've kind of gone back and forth to see which one I like the most. And I think Giant's my favorite, but Valkyrie works as well as well. Does that sentence make sense? I don't know if that sentence even made sense. Also, if you don't have Skeleton Army in this deck, you can change the Skeleton Army for probably like Valkyrie works, Barbarians are okay. I'm trying to think of what else you can change it for. Skeleton Army you can go for the Barbarians, Goblins, probably the Spear Goblins as well. I'd probably go Valkyrie or Barbarians though. They're just a solid unit, solid defensive unit, and that's it. Master of Noob, I apologize, but you were in our way and you had to lose. All right, let's make this deck even better. So, when you get to 1,150 trophies, you have the options between the Wizard and the Inferno Tower. Well, you better pick the Wizard, because we're adding the Wizard to the deck. We're adding the Wizard for the Musketeer. Let's do that right now. Boom! The deck just evolved. Now we have a War Turtle. We were a Squirtle. The deck is better. We're better. Let's get into another game. So going into game numero dos. If you want to know how to win with this deck, like we said before, it's very, very simple. Be patient, but play also. Wait for... Honestly, with this deck, the easiest way to play this deck is to just go with the Giant at the back. I know right now we could go with Mini Pekka at the bridge. I know we can go with the Goblin Barrel. Let's see if it works, because if it doesn't work, then we go back to the first point I said, and we say, you know what? No, we should... Okay, actually, Mini Pekka's on tower. That's a pretty decent amount of damage. Maybe this was a good play. The Wizard is still alive, and that's why the Wizard is in this deck. The splash of the Wizard is so good early on. A lot of times your opponent makes mistakes. The Wizard gets a ton of value, and even though our Wizard is a little under level, it's only level 5, our Giant's a little under level as well. So right now, we go Giant at the back. If he goes in on the right side or the left side, we got the Goblin Cage. But make sure you play the Goblin. You have the Pekka? What? How do you have the Pekka? You don't even unlock the... I don't even have the option for the Pekka yet. I unlocked the Pekka in like 3 more games. This guy's cheating. It's a cheater. He has to be, right? It's a cheetah. It's a cheetah. It's a hacker. It's probably not a hacker. It's definitely not a hacker. Well, if you do go up against the Pekka, make sure you have your Skeleton Army in hand. Use your Skeleton Army, it'll eviscerate any Pekka, and you'll probably just win anyways. Here, let's go Baby Dragon on the right. I forgot he played a Pekka on the left. That is scary. Uh-oh, are we going defensive Goblin Barrel? This is a play that I know looks ridiculous, but sometimes you will have to use your Goblin Barrel on defense, especially for Pekkas, especially for mini Pekkas. If you play the occasional Prince as well. No! Ow, I hurt my hand. That was a little late there. It looks like we're going to be fine. We're going to keep our tower alive on the left side. We dealt a lot of damage to the left side as well, and the Wizard is just going. Every time I look at the Wizard, it's just straight value. It is just value every single time, and that's why you should use the Wizard. The Wizard's very, very strong early game. It combos really, really well with just supporting the mini Pekka, supporting the Giant, dealing with the Skeleton Army, because it sounds like from a lot of your guys' comments that the Skeleton Army is very annoying for you guys. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? I think he has arrows. I don't know if he has them in hand. Let's see how quickly this guy can predict with his arrows. Arrows come in. It looks like he missed 4 of my skeletons, so that was really, really bad. And here, now that he doesn't have Pekka and Cycle, which kind of hard counters the Giant, let's just go with Giant at the back, and hopefully we can build a big, big push here, overwhelm, and let's get a 3 crown, because make sure if you have the option to get a 3 crown in this game, make sure you try to go for it, because if you get 3 crowns, it means that you're going to get more... You're going to get more of your, what is it called? The pass, not Pass Royale. Whatever the Pass Royale equivalent is. What is it called? What is it called? It's not Pass Royale if you don't buy it. What's it called if you don't buy it? Let's go with the Giant in the pocket. We still have a lot here. Let's go with the... I could have gave him that tower, but I'm not letting him get any crowns. Yeah, if you want a cash crown, you got to work for it. You got to be a little bit stronger than that. What's it called? I'm going to go check that. I can't remember what it's called, but if you get crowns, you unlock more rewards. More rewards means better cards. Better cards means higher in arenas, and then higher in arenas means more rewards, and it just goes more and more and more and more and more. Speaking of more, let's make this deck better. Well, whatever this is called, this is what I was talking about. Whatever, it just says free. So whatever, free pass, whatever it's called in game, this is where you get a lot of really good rewards, especially these magical items, the wild cards. Make sure you use the wild cards, and in this deck, I would definitely say if you go the rare ones, use your rare wild cards on probably either the mini Pekka or the Wizard, and if you have epic ones, I'd probably try to use them to upgrade all your epics to at least level 7, because I think you only need 1 additional epic card, which you can use with your wild cards to get your cards to level 7, and they're a lot better that way. Speaking of better, this is how we make our deck even better. This is the Blastoise. This is as good as it gets, and it's with one of these two. Which one are we're picking the Pekka. The reason I was so surprised is because, yes, the Pekka, very, very good card, and while I was talking about the whole... My tablet died. What? As Kanye once said, good morning, because my tablet died and it was like 1 a.m. So I decided, I'm like, you know what, I'll shoot the rest in the morning. So it's morning time for me. If it's morning time for you, good morning. Hope you're having a great morning. And we got the Pekka. So if you got the Pekka as well, check if you have any wild items. If you have a wild card like I do, use it on the Pekka. Make sure you do, because the difference between a level 9 or a level 6 Pekka and a level 7 Pekka is very, very different. Level 7 Pekka slaps. Even level 6 Pekka is really, really good. Also, I said this in one of my old videos for the early ladder and stuff. Make sure you don't use your gold here in the shop. What you want to do with your gold is you want to use it to upgrade your guys. Use all your gold to upgrade as many guys as possible, because if you upgrade a guy, let's go with the Skeleton Dragons, upgrade Skeleton Dragons, boom, you get XP. Where is it? It's going to show it in a second, right? It's going to show it any second. Boom, 4 XP. That goes up to the top right here. That's your XP. If you get to level 8, you unlock challenges, and this is where you get a lot. Wait, what? I can join the challenge? Okay, you unlock all the challenges at level 8, and this is where you can get a lot of rewards, and even for just winning 1 game, you get 1,000 gold. It is insane. Okay, it's funny because actually, all the other decks, I've done a lot of practice, I've done a lot of iterations, and I've tried to figure out the best deck. I know for a fact this is going to be the best deck. Pekka early game is insane. My plan right now is to do something crazy. We're going to do something that is unforgiving, something that should be illegal. We're going to win in 1 push. We're going to win in just 1 push. All we're going to do is we're going to try to get the Pekka in our opening hand. We didn't get it in our opening hand, so we're trying to get it into our hand now, and we are just going to overwhelm. Why are you not playing anything? Called Uno. Dog, play something. There's the Wizard. Okay. Well, he's going to have a counter. He's playing like what I usually do. I went a little aggressive there, and this could be a This could be a problem. Hopefully this is not a problem. So I want to win with one push. I want to just go Pekka at the back, support it, and win that way. It looks like we might have to do something different. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to do something a little different. Except Wizard clutches up, gets all the goblins. That's why you should always spread out your goblins. Play it right on top of the tower so all the goblins spread out. So if your opponent does have a wizard, it doesn't just obliterate it. And oh my gosh, Pekka, stop it. Stop it. Come on, he was already having a rough day. He was already having a rough time and you had to do him like this? Oh, I should have arrowed that way long ago. Whoops. Pekka could have been alive. So yeah, that's what the Pekka does. You just play it. It just wins you games. It's crazy. The Pekka and the mini Pekka are two cards where if your opponent makes one mistake, or they can get so much value so early, and you can just win a game off one good Pekka. And I want to go for a 3-crown. I wish we had Pekka in our opening hand. We could have just played it at the back. Right now, we have a little bit of a higher cycle deck. It's 2. Oh gosh, come on, man. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? You can't beat me. I'm the best there ever was. We got the Goblin Cage on defense. We got the mini Pekka on defense. You got nothing. You got nothing. Skeleton Army here. A boom boom. Oh, he went with the high Goblin Barrel. That was not what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting. Usually with the Skeleton Army, if you play it, if they spread it all around, if you play it right here, one tile under, all the Skeleton Army will spread out, and it will be a very clean defense for the Goblin Barrel, just in case you don't have your arrows in your opening hand, or in your hand at the time. So, Pekka at the back. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. This is going to be the big push, the big kahuna. And I think right now, all I want to do is play as many units as possible. He doesn't have his Valkyrie, so even if we play our units all squished together, it should be fine. As long as we predict the Skeleton Army. And I feel like it's coming in now. Oh, he goes with barbs. Uh-oh. This is not a drill. This is, uh-oh. And now he goes Skeleton Army. Come on. Skeleton Army kind of slaps your Pekka. So that's why you have the arrows in this deck. If your opponent never goes Skeleton Army, you go arrows. And hopefully you can do it quick enough where you don't lose your tower. Here, we have so many answers. So here, Skeleton Army. Perfect. It's going to be a perfect defense. Okay, it wasn't perfect. For some reason, one of the goblins did get on tower. Looks like we're going to win. It was pretty easy. We didn't get the 3 crowns, sadly, because we didn't have Pekka in our opening hand, so we couldn't build that big push that we were looking for. And then we also missed a prediction on the Skeleton Army. But this deck's good. This deck, you're going to be able to dominate the rest of Arena 4 with this deck. You're going to fly to Arena 5. And I wish you the best of luck in Arena 4 because, yeah, this is probably one of my favorite looking arenas. Pekka Playhouse, it looks nice. We made it into Spell Valley. Let's go. And you can too if you use this deck. And I guess there's 3 decks, but if you use the Squirtle, War Turtle, Blastoise, I almost said Bulbasaur, Blastoise deck, you can beat here as well. So I wish you the best of luck. Hope you enjoyed this. And if you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to enjoy this video right above me. It's my new video. I'll see you guys in that video. Deuces.